Welcome back. We're really excited to have you on another episode of the M&A Ambassadors, Becoming the USP, the Ultimate Sales Professional. Now, in the previous episode, we looked at characteristics of the left brain versus the right brain. And I will give you more detailed characteristics when we get into the 4 types of buyers and sellers. In this video, I'd like to talk about 2 other dimensions of the brain, which is the front brain and the back brain. So let me draw that, and then we get straight into explaining the characteristics of the 2. Now, when you look at the front brain is what we call aggressive in approach. That is high assertive behavior. The back brain is what we call submissive in behavior. So we have the right brain, which is emotional, feeling based. We have the left brain, which is logical, fact based. We have the front brain, which is aggressive in behavior, and we have the back brain, which is submissive in behavior. Now, what do these mean? The degree of strength that we demonstrate when we speak, our body language, energy levels, is what we look at the level of assertiveness. So, high assertive people are front brain people. We call them high assertive. Now, a high assertive person will speak loud, they will speak fast, they will use lots of gestures, strong, intense eye contact, lots of facial expressions, movement. When they speak, they will interrupt, they want to take control, they will tell you what to do, and they're very, very impatient. They're also risk-taking in their approach. So, someone like me, I speak loud, I speak fast, I like to interrupt, I have lots of energy, I move around a lot, good eye contact. This is a classic example of a front brain person. And even front brain people prefer to think in a particular way. That I will pull together once the 4 parts of the brain is done. So someone who's front brain you can make. For example, you make a call to somebody and they pick up and say, hello, or good morning, this is Anand. You know that this is a front brain person. Now the opposite of that is the back brain person. Now, the back brain is softer, more slow. They think before they speak. They are not aggressive. You will not see good eye contact. Very few movements. See what's happened to me as I'm speaking, right? I'm slowing down the tone of my voice. I'm dropping the volume in my voice. Facially, I'm not very expressive right now. You don't see a lot of energy and very little movement. Hands are kept a lot to themselves. They don't move around a lot. They're very patient. They will wait, they will not interrupt. They tend to ask rather than speak, and they are low risk taking. So here's where the challenge comes. Imagine a high risk taking or a high assertive client sitting with a submissive or a low assertive broker. There is going to be a challenge in closing that deal. The rapport will not happen. So good salespeople have developed the ability, and I'll teach you how to do that, how to read, is my client front brain or back brain? Once I've made the assessment, how do I adapt my behavior so that the client on an unconscious level will resonate with me more powerfully? Remember, people buy from people they like, but people like themselves. So we need to now understand all the 4 and pull them together so we can clearly identify what is the preferred communication pattern, thinking style, and decision-making approach that is used by the 4 types of buyers and sellers. So let me just introduce the 4 types to you, and the next 4 episodes will be dedicated to each one of these 4. So I'm going to open a new page for that. So if you look at the brain now, you will see that we have 4 quadrants. On the left brain, front brain is the challenger, the aggressive, strong buyer or seller. And he's the first one we will deal with in the next episode. On the left, at the bottom, which is back brain, you have the organizer, the structured, planned, orderly, neat and tidy, attention to minute detail, wants proof of everything. Think of an accountant, a lawyer, an auditor, those kind of people, right? We will do a separate episode on each one of these. When you cross over to the right brain, the feeling, emotional side, but you stay on the submissive side, which is the back brain, we have the responder. Just warm, friendly, nice people who will meet with you, They don't mind how much time you take, but you will need to encourage them, guide them, and help them to make the decisions because they are low risk taking and they're not aggressive. They rely on the relationships. Another episode on them. And then on the right brain, at the front brain, you have the engager. The engagers are the live wires who love to talk. They just have so much energy, but they're very scattered in their approach, driven by image, style, they're on impulse is how they buy. Okay? So we need to understand how to approach each of these 4 sellers and each of these 4 buyers so that you can speak directly into their unconscious patterns. That's where you'll get the maximum communication happening. You will gain control and you will create the highest influence. I want to thank you for your time on this episode of M&A Ambassadors Becoming the USP, the Ultimate Sales Professional.